Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having an awesome day. So this past Friday, March 1st, my birthday, Hozier finally released his second album after 5 years, 5 long years. I remember jamming to Take Me to Church way back when, and that was my jam. Like so many people, it was so popular. So finally, we have the follow-up album called Wasteland Baby. There are 14 tracks, and I haven't heard a single one of these tracks yet, which is really exciting for me. So this is going to be a true first listen. So let's get right into it with track number one, Nina Cried Power, featuring Mavis Staples. Wow, what a way to kick off this album. I loved the gospel choir. Such a powerful song. Great way to start off the album. I'm super pumped for the rest of it, let me tell you. Great song. I loved it. So now let's move on to track number two, Almost Sweet Music. So that was Almost Sweet Music, and let me just say, I just love Hozier's voice. There's just something about it. It's so distinct that the moment it comes on the radio, you just know it's him. He just has a very unique voice, and that's what I love about certain artists is you can just pick up who they are just after one syllable, just after one note. You just know who they are, and I feel like those are the best singers. Those are the best artists. And lots of meaning behind these songs. I mean, I know Hozier is a fantastic songwriter. I imagine he writes all his songs. I haven't really looked into it, but I imagine he does. And just knowing that every lyric he sings is has so much meaning behind it. Each of these songs, I imagine, are just going to be pure poetry lyrically, which is what music should be, in my opinion. So now let's move on to track number three called Movement. Well, that song definitely moved me. So track number three, Movement, very atmospheric, very just, I don't know, just very euphoric, just very As you can see, I was closing my eyes almost, the majority of that song. It's just one of those songs that kind of just take over your body. You just let your body move randomly to the song. And I love songs like that. It's almost like you don't have control of your body anymore. So I love this song. So far, these three songs I've listened to so far, fantastic. Great album so far. So now let's move on to track number 4, No Plaid. There will be darkness again. Um, I love the beats and the instruments used in this song. I mean, I feel like these songs are more so about those than the actual catchy hooks, and melodies and such. If anything, the beats and the instruments themselves are just taking over my body and teleporting me to another world. But for me, these aren't necessarily catchy songs, but the beats and the instruments alone are the things that make them so memorable, in my opinion. And if anything, like I said many times already in this video, they're just taking over my body, and I love it when songs do that. And so now let's move on to track number 5, Nobody. So that was Nobody, a very chilled, laid back song, very mellow. I enjoyed it. It's probably not my favorite track so far compared to the others, but it's still a solid track. Like I said, mellow, chilled, something you just kind of lay back to. Really cool to listen to. So now let's move on to track number 6, To Noise Making. Sing. Okay, so that was To Noise Making, Sing, and I really liked that song. Just like all the other ones, but I probably feel like this is my favorite song so far. Again, the choir gets me, the gospel choir gets me every single time. Really like it. Fantastic song, I loved it. So now let's move on to track number 7, As It Was. So As It Was a pretty mellow song, I gotta say, and it was really weird. There was a point in that song where I was listening to it, and I kind of forgot that I was doing this first listen. Like I genuinely forgot that like there was like a camera on me, and I kind of just like was in my own little space for a brief second there. That's the power of music, honestly. A really dope song. I liked it. So now let's move on to track number 8, Shriek. So clearly I cannot read. It's not shriek, it's shrike. I'm so sorry, and I have no idea what a shrike was, so I had to look it up, and it is a songbird, which brings this song together. I mean, this song is what music is about, and it's essentially food for my soul right now. This whole album is food for my soul, and it's much needed because I've been listening to a lot of pop records lately, like disposable, fast food created pop albums that don't really have any nutrition or meaning behind them. And all of a sudden, I start listening to an album like this, and it just hits me like a speeding train. And wow, this song in particular, I mean, there's no words, honestly. I cannot. So now let's move on to track number 9, Talk. That was Talk. Again, I forgot I was filming. I had no idea where I was. That's been happening a lot during me listening to these songs. Again, very what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. These songs are just taking over my body. They're taking over my soul. I'm forgetting that I'm actually sitting here in my dining room sometimes, which has never really happened before. So now let's move on to track number 10, B. And I will also say I'm actually looking a bit more into the songbird called the shrike. And it's actually saying the shrike often impales its prey on a thorn bush or a barbed wire fence before eating it. Okay, so that was B. Again, another good song. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was great to listen to. Again, it's, like I said before, these songs are taking me somewhere else, and B is no exception. So now let's move on to track number 11, Dinner and uh, Diatribes. So that was Dinner and Diatribes, and I will say that this is the type of album where you can't just listen to it through your phone's speakers. I mean, you need to listen to this album with actual good quality headphones. You need to immerse yourself into the sound, the instruments, the melodies, the lyrics. I imagine listening to this album through just a dinky, small little speaker like that of an iPhone or an Android just wouldn't do this album justice. So you need to listen to it in, like, surround sound, your living room speakers, headphones, what have you. Otherwise, you just won't get the whole effect of it. So Dinner and Diatribes, another fantastic song. I enjoyed it. So now let's move on to track number 12. Would That I. Okay, so that was Would That I. Um, Again, I have no complaints with any of these songs. This is just another good, solid track. Great way to kind of immerse myself into a song. I was kind of just like all the other songs, again, it was just kind of immersing my body. I was kind of just, being all euphoric. Another great song, no complaints. I enjoyed it. So now let's move on to the second last track on the album called Sunlight. So that was Sunlight, and I don't think I've heard the word sunlight used so many times in a song before, but it was, I really liked it. Good song. A great way to kind of almost wind down the album. And unfortunately, we've made it to the not second to last, the last track on the album. The name of the album itself, Wasteland, Baby. So that is it, guys. That was Wasteland, Baby. This album is essentially food for my soul, and I love albums like this. Totally teleported me somewhere else. Every song I enjoyed. There wasn't a single song on here that I didn't like. My favorite song on this album is probably Shriek, track number 8. Very beautiful, very tragic, and very heartbreaking, beautiful at the same time. Um, but every other song I enjoyed as well. And like I said, this is a very powerful record, and albums like this, we need to see more of them, honestly. It is just pure poetry, and I love it so much. And congratulations, I love it. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of it. What's your favorite track? And I'm very curious to know, so let me know in the comments. And if you have any requests of albums you want me to do, whether it be new ones or older ones, let me know. Again, I will only do them if they're within reason. They have to be from artists that I genuinely enjoy. Again, I don't want these videos, these first listens, to be chores. So when I go into them, I want to genuinely like the artist, or be pumped up for the album. I don't want to think it's gonna be a drag or what have you. So let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.